Imagine you're on a road trip and it's well into the late hours of the night. So you're getting tired and you're thinking, let's stop and rest for the night. You're driving and you see a small little motel showing up and you decide, well, that's where I'm gonna spend the night. You checked in, the room looks pretty good, you're tired, so you're off to sleep in no time. Deep in your sleep, you are woken up by a sudden loud sound and you realize you are not sleeping in the same room that you slept the night before. Now you're panicking. You're looking around, your bag's not there, the bed sheets are different, and you are very sure this is not the same room that you slept in. You are in a different room. What would you do? This is one of the experienced by some of the guests who decided to stay in Tambun Inn's Perak, Malaysia. Hi and welcome to my channel where I bring you the ghost, the mystery, the crime that has taken place in my country, Malaysia. I am Esther Vincent, also known as Leah Mia on social media. Do follow me on my socials and I hope you guys stay tuned till the end of this video. Thank you. Recently, I visited a northbound state in Malaysia called Ipoh for a small little theme park staycation, and my staycation went really well. We stayed near a small town called Tambun, and while I was there, I came to know about this lodging establishment, a small little motel, if you will, named Tambun Inn. I went into a rabbit hole that stated this motel might be haunted. And what do? I dig even deeper. And yes, I was able to find out quite a few stories about paranormal happenings, paranormal experience that guests have experienced in Ipoh's Tambun Inn. Tambun Inn is a motel located in the city of Tambun, Perak. Tambun, Ipoh, are they two different things? I know Ipoh is a city on its own, but is Tambun its own city? I'm not sure, but I know that they are neighboring cities. They are very nearby to each other. So I thought Tambun is under Ipoh. Maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry for that. This motel has been around for quite some time as it is believed to have been built in the 1969. It's a 3-story old school looking building. Well, of course it's old school looking. It was built back in the 1960s, but I think it has gone through some renovation because I could see the motel has newer looking sides, newer looking portions of it, so it has been going through some renovations, I guess. Good for you, Tambun Inn. Good for you. And this motel is also located very near to a Chinese cemetery. So that's not always good, but it's not necessarily bad as well, right? Cemeteries, right? Well, they are just a resting place for the deceased, so nothing to be afraid of. But I am here doing this video as well, right? And I do talk about ghost, mystery, and crime. So yeah, make of it what you think. Tambun Inn's famous incident that was reported by many guests who stayed in the motel is of the flickering of the lights, or the switching on and off of the lights, random times of the day, just on and off on its own. Taking up a notch, guests have also complained of hearing weird noises, example, really loud stomping of feet, as if though someone is walking when there is absolutely no one around anywhere. Just random hard footsteps that can be heard around the motel when there is absolutely no one. Also, sounds of scraping on the floorboard, or like something heavy is being dragged on the floor, but absolutely no one is around. Like you can be in the motel room and you hear all this commotion going outside. When you open the door, there's absolutely no one in a matter of seconds. At certain points, some motel employees find guests just wandering around trying to locate where these noises are coming from. And upon further investigation, the guests explain saying that they heard whispers of a woman or screaming of a woman, which sounded like, that particular woman needed help. There are also many stories and complaints about guests seeing a shadowy, foggy, milky apparition just lurking around the corners, especially of an old woman in white with very disheveled hair just walking on the corridors and just disappearing into the corners. If all this is not creepy enough, let me come back to the point which I used to start off this video. For some of the guests who had it bad. Like, they were just out of luck. It was just their bad day, I guess. Like I mentioned in the beginning of this video, they would have slept in a particular room. Let's name that room Room A. And to be completely woken up in a completely different room, Room H, for an example. How is that even possible? They would not remember how or when they got into this new room because all their belongings, their bags, whatever, all is left in the first room, and they just suddenly wake up in a completely different room, a room that they've never been to. Even more creepier part, some of these rooms that these guests find themselves waking up from was said to be rooms that the hotel staff had locked much earlier, meaning those rooms were not in use. How does this happen? I don't know. Like, how they got there, with whom they got there, did they teleport? I don't know. Why I don't know? Well, they don't know, the staffs don't know, nobody knows. Isn't that bizarre? Like, what would you even do in this sort of situation? Like, gosh. So far, everything that I've said until this very moment is said to have happened inside of the Tambun Inns, inside of the motel. Now let's come outside of the motel to the surrounding area. There's more. I guess the surrounding area, the motel is just maybe located in an area where there's just a lot of heebie-jeebies happening surrounding it, right? Inside and outside. Many motorcyclists who pass by the motel or pass at the front of the motel tell of feeling their bikes getting heavier and heavier, as if though they've just picked up another passenger at the back of their seat. I wonder who can that be trying to hitch a ride at the back of these motorcyclists. In Malaysia, there is a name for this ghost, a ghost that just likes to sit at the back of your bike and just hitch a ride with you. It's called hantu bonceng. Hantu means ghost. Bonceng, I think it's sort of like hopping on. Hopping on feels right. I need to Google that up. Bonceng, what does that mean? Oh, it's just hitchhiking. So, hitchhiking ghost, hantu bonceng. I don't know whether this is a legit ghost, this hantu bonceng. Maybe I can do an episode with hantu bonceng. I know many stories. I know multiple stories. Even my dad has a story of him riding through a foresty area on his motorbike at a pretty late night, and he felt his bike just getting heavier and heavier. He's like really accelerating, but his bike is just not moving, and he's trying to see what is at the back through his side mirrors, but he sees nothing. Street lights started passing him, and he said he saw a shadow of a humanoid figure sitting at the back of his bike on the road when the lights hit it. He said he got so freaked out that I don't know what he did. He said that he just sped up as fast as he could until he reached a small town where there were people and lights and shops and whatnot. So my dad has the story. I've heard multiple stories of hantu bonceng. So yeah, maybe I'll try to find that out. So just like that, many motorcyclists have experienced the same thing happening to them on their bikes when they are driving alone, passing by Tambun Inn. Free rides, eh? Who would say no to that? There are a few other stories that I read online from the guests who have stayed in the Tambun Inn regarding the hauntings that they have experienced during their stay in the motel. But I have also read many stories and blogs of people debunking all this supernatural happening and saying that they had pleasant stay in the Tambun Inn. No experience of any sort of supernatural happening whatsoever. Who to believe? I don't know. Will I stay there? I don't think so. Because once you know of this place or of a certain place and you know its history, its claims and all that, why challenge it, right? Right. Besides, I have a lot of relatives in Ipoh. I don't think so I would ever need to stay in the motel. In case none of my relatives open their house to me, which they would never, they always open their house to me, I will find a different hotel. So you guys, that is a little bit about the Tambun Inn from Perak, Malaysia. What do you guys think about these alleged experience? Do you have any sort of experience that relates to Tambun Inn? Do let me know in the comment section below. I love to read them. I love some real life experience. If you guys had stayed tuned till this very moment, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you guys back again in another ghost mystery crime video. Until then, take care and I will see you soon. Bye.